Actually, I'm a terrible gift giver. When I look back, I actually shudder. I have a long history of really unfortunate Christmases and birthdays and anniversaries and Valentine's Days and Easters and the odd Hanukkah. Very, very odd Hanukkah. My wife will tell you it's because I don't even try, which hurts, because it's true. You know gift cards? When gift cards came out, I was so excited because, gift cards. But it turns out that gift cards are actual proof that you didn't even think about it. Well, about which I have to say two things. Number one, yeah, right, fair enough. And number two, dang. Anyway, last year I had decided that this was going to be my year. I was going to give myself some time. I gave myself a month. And in that month, I was going to shop and find that thing which every wife desires of her husband. And given those parameters, I should have given myself more time. 8 or 9 years old probably would have been the best time to start. But I thought to myself, this is it. This is my year. And the day before her birthday, I found myself in Nordstrom, just caught in this vortex of color and choice and my own terrible, terrible taste. I didn't know what to do, and then I heard it. I heard a voice, and the voice said, gloves. I said, excuse me? Gloves. Satin, opera-length gloves are what the fashionable woman will be wearing this summer. And I looked around, and there, right by the discount DVDs, did I say Nordstrom? Walmart. I was at Walmart, okay? So, my wife likes Walmart. She says it clears the riffraff out of Target. Anyway. So right there, by the discount DVDs, there's a snake. A very honest-looking snake. And he looks at me and he says, seriously? And I said, gloves? And he said, gloves. Now, you may be wondering about me having a conversation with a snake in a Walmart, and that's because you grew up in the city. Those of us who grew up out on the farm know snakes are sneaky. They can get in anywhere. And so I looked at him, and he really seemed to know what he was talking about. And I had no better ideas, and so I said, are you sure? And he said, certain. And I didn't want to argue that certain started with a C. So I walked over to the accessories counter, and I said, gloves. Satin. Opera length. I want a pair of satin opera length gloves for my wife's birthday. Wrap them up. And then I remembered I was at Walmart and I said, show me the way to the wrapping paper aisle. And I bought them, and I wrapped them, and I gave them to my wife. And it was terrible. It was like the worst gift-giving experience I'd ever had. And I thought to myself, what happened? I gave myself time. I shopped. I got advice. I got bad advice. It wasn't me. No. It was the snake. It was the snake. And I went looking for that snake. I went right back to the last place I'd seen him, which was, the discount DVDs at Walmart. Of course, he wasn't there, because who can really hang around the discount DVDs for that long? And I thought, how do you find a snake? I don't know, make concentric circles, I guess. And I started making these larger concentric circles, and I finally found him. He was right at the edge of the parking lot, trying to wriggle away into the reeds, and I said, stop right there! And he turned and looked at me, and he said, yes? And I said, gloves? Really? And he said, yes, gloves. Gloves are a terrible gift. He knew it! He'd steered me wrong. And I said, why in the world would you say gloves? Why would you tell me to buy my wife gloves? And he said, can I make 2 things? And I said, go ahead. And he said, first, traditionally untrustworthy. And why would you take my advice on gloves? Hello.